everybody, welcome to Total Packers with Matt LaFleur, presented by Software One. Larry McCarren along with the head coach of the Green Bay Packers. And Matt, you went into the bye coming off a couple disappointing losses, but you come out of it with a boatload of football left to play, and from what I've seen, a team ready to go to work.
We got a resilient group. We got a bunch of guys that will keep competing throughout the course of the game, and you know, we got to learn. You learn from your successes, you learn from your failures, and we got to learn, we got to grow, and we got to keep competing.
Matt, one thing is clear, moving forward, you got to get off to better offensive starts. What's that going to take?
I think it always comes back to execution. Obviously, as coaches, we got to do a good job of presenting a good plan for our guys, and then it's just that consistent execution. Where we've gotten hurt is in too many instances we have a negative play, and it's hard for our team to recover right now. So as long as we keep those chains moving and staying ahead of the chains, we've got an opportunity out there to score points.
A lot of people talk about the offensive identity. I don't know if I could define it, but is offensive identity something you're looking for?
I just think we need something to hang our hat on. Obviously, the running game's been a little inconsistent. I think versus the Raiders was the first time we had over 100 yards rushing this season. So we've got to do a better job in that area, just being more consistent, like I talked about earlier. And then in the passing game, having those concepts that come off your run game. So we're big believers in that they both kind of complement one another, and we've got to make sure that we're doing a good job of having those complementary plays.
Jordan Love has been throwing more interceptions than he'd like, you'd like, everybody'd like. Is that just a case of living and learning on the job? How are you looking at that?
Yeah, I think there's some of that comes with that, being a young player. I think not to say that he's going to be Peyton Manning or anything like that, but you look at Peyton Manning, he threw a lot of interceptions as a first-year starter. So I think there's a lot to learn from it. Obviously, the quarterback's number one job is to take care of the football, and we've got to do a better job in that regard. And it's not only on him, it's on the 10 other men around him.
Now, Jordan doesn't hesitate. When he throws a pick or something goes south, he takes the blame. But does Jordan need more help from the other guys? For instance, does he need more help from his receivers? Does he need more help from, God forbid, the offensive line, my people?
Yeah, it's everybody's responsibility. There was an instance at the end of the game where we got some pressure. He got out of the pocket, certainly underthrew the ball. And it's the receivers or tight ends or whoever the intended target is. They got to have that mentality. When that ball's in the air, that's my ball or nobody's ball.
Defensively, you guys took some steps in the right direction against the Raiders. How are you feeling about that side of the ball?
There was a lot of good that came out of the game. Certainly, it's never good when you lose. You got to find a way to win, obviously. But I thought just when you look at situational ball, third down, we definitely challenged a bunch more. There were a couple third downs where we got a little bit loose in coverage, and that tends to happen. But I thought all in all, the play style was there. We were getting after the quarterback. We did a much better job against the run, against an elite runner in this league. And so I think it is something to build upon, and we got to make sure that we keep improving on that side of the ball as well.
Now, I get the next man up philosophy, totally get it. But there is no team, to be honest, there is no team in the league that would not miss Aaron Jones. That having been said, is A.J. Dillon, and I'm thinking specifically about the Raider game, looking more like the guy you need him to be?
Yeah, I thought A.J. had a good game. He was running downhill. He was finishing forward. People need to feel him. He is a bigger back, and the defense needs to feel that physicality, that size when he touches the football.
Matt, is one game in 23 days, I believe. Is that kind of a unique challenge in and of itself?
Yeah, I'd say so, because you just get out of the rhythm of practicing football, and It's hard to play at a high level if you don't practice at a high level. So our guys coming back off the bye, I think there's the right mindset and focus there to get back to practice and competing at a high level.
Thank you, Matt. Coming up, we'll go one-on-one with Preston Smith. Don't go away.
Steps up, looks, and now he's taken down short of the 50.
That's something Preston Smith brings to the party, an awareness. He's just got a feel for things. Total Packers with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by your local Chevy dealers, by Bell & Health, and by Johnsonville. Welcome back. This one-on-one is brought to you by Brew Pub, lots of matzo pizza.
Here's the snap, four-man rush, Garoppolo under pressure, and he's headed sack. Preston Smith.
That's something Preston Smith brings to the party each and every game.
P, you're in your 9th year. How many games have you missed?
1.
How does that happen?
Because my body is my investment. It got me to this point. It got me everything, I wanted in life. So I don't have to, go into the game with any lingering issues. I play the way to my abilities. It's keeping me playing in the league, playing the game I love. Football, it's a job, but at the same time, we're doing what we love. And a lot of people don't get to do that because, it doesn't last that long, for a lot of guys. So you just got to enjoy it while you're here. Like, I'm just happy to be here for 9 seasons. And hopefully, I pray to God that I play for a longer time and I get to enjoy it while I'm doing it. My goal is to end my career a Packer and, make sure I'm up there in the record books.
Preston, I was thinking, pro football is a great, great way to make a living, but there's one problem with it. You got to win all the time, or else nothing else matters, right?
That's always the goal, man, to win as many games as you can. You want to win them all, but, in a perfect world, you want to win them all and host up the trophy as many times as you can, but in reality, you can't win them all, and you just gotta, it's sometimes during the season, it's a lot of ups and downs, but you gotta fight through them and try to find a way to come out on top.
Let's focus on the defensive performance against the Raiders. 17 points. A turnover gives the Raiders 1st and goal at your 7, and you hold them to 3. A Rudy Ford interception leads to a Packer touchdown. You guys have 4 sacks. I would say defensively you played well enough to win. What say you?
Yeah, man. Usually you hold a team to like 17 points or less. You expect to win. I just feel like we just got to keep on fighting, man. We're building things in the right way. We're moving in the right direction. We just got to keep on stacking those days, and everything started to fall into place. And I think that's what guys were focused on: playing sound and not doing nothing extra, and just doing their job to the best of their ability, and then getting off blocks and making tackles. And that showed Monday night.
As a veteran guy, and you've seen a lot of young guys come through, do you kind of get a charge out of seeing when there is a success story? Because it's hard to do, as you well know.
Yeah, man, it's always great to see growth. Like even RG, like seeing him from rookie year, not knowing much, to now, now you just hearing him talk and hearing him lead. It's I feel like it's like a proud big brother moment. And him, just his ability out there on the field and his production rate is through the roof. Anytime he's on the field, you always can just expect the play to be made by him. And it's exciting to see him from the start when he was out there a deer in headlights, and now he's just seeing everything. He's knowing what's going on. He's taking the game to a high level.
Sure has.
In a tight pocket, hit and sack. Combination of Preston Smith and Rashawn Gary all over the quarterback.
Outside of doing your own job well, what's the best thing Preston Smith can do for this football team?
Just leading and being a good mentor to the guys and the teammates, the younger guys, and being a teammate the guys can lean on and come to for advice, or just come through for any coaching technique or whatever. I feel like it's the best thing I got to offer. Being a guy that guys can easily approach and use for coaching tips.
As a salty old veteran, you guys are 2-3. What's done is done. What's important now?
Man, now going into the bye week, we gotta look at all those things that that affected us in these past 5 games, and make sure that coming after the bye week, we fix those things. It's a couple games we lost, like, to the Falcons or to the Raiders that were close games. And it all came down to the last drive. We got to look at those little things that affected those in those last drives and make sure we fix those things. And it's the NFL. We got to make sure we come in prepared well. And after this, we just got to make sure we fix the little things that could be the difference in us winning and losing games.
Welcome back. This week's Chalk Talk is brought to you by Network Health.
In football, just like in real life, self-redemption can be a powerful motivator. Here's Rasul Douglas after the Lions game.
I just feel like it was just my fault, you know what I mean? Like, it was all on me. I ain't come out, I ain't make no plays, I ain't sparked the defense. I wasn't energized like I usually am. So it's really on me why the defense played bad.
That having been said, the Raider game could not get here quick enough for Rasul Douglas. On this play, Jacoby Myers gives him a little deke to the inside, and it looks like Rasul totally buys it, gets turned around. But watch his recovery, how quick and efficient it is. You have to wonder if Rasul did the whole thing on purpose, trying to bait the throw. Whatever the case, now we come to the moment of truth. And Rasul is 6'2". It's like trying to complete a ball against Spider-Man. And look at that right hand come in there and knock the ball away. That is a pass broken up in every sense of the word. Now it's Davante Adams trying to lull Rasul asleep on the around play. Davante saunters off the ball like, Rasul, we got this one off. Rasul responds with awareness and then aggression. And he's by Davante and on to Myers again, this time for no gain. The Raiders threw a lot at the Packers and Rasul. This is the time-honored flea flicker play. And in this coverage, Rasul has this third of the field. There's a receiver in his third, but he leaves. And now Rasul's playing for what's next. And here it comes. And watch Rasul. He times it up so that he, the receiver, and the ball all arrive at the same time. That's another PBU. Now Davante and the Raiders are trying to beat Rasul with the screen pass. And just to make life interesting, they have a 6'8", 325-pound blocker coming out for Rasul. But Rasul uses athleticism and his feel for angles on the field to blow past the blocker and to blow up the play. According to Pro Football Focus, Rasul had his lowest grade of the season against the Lions. He responded with his highest grade of the season against the Raiders. And his grade, 90.9, was the highest of any Packer defensive player by a wide margin. Rasul came into the game looking for some redemption, and he found it.
I think that's true, you know what I mean? Because besides like what the fans think and everybody else, you know, how our plays go when you play corner, that's why I say it's a tough position because everyone sees it. You know, it's no like, you can't not see what happens at corner and receiver. You know, you can D-line, you miss a block or you don't get in there. You may not see that watching it from the fans out. But when they see a touchdown get thrown, they looking for whoever's the closest one there, and he's going to get the blame for it. So I just knew that I didn't play my best game, and I knew why I didn't play a good game. So I just made sure when I came to practice that week, that was one thing I said every play, every day, that I was just going to be mindful of that. And I think I did a good job during the week, and in the game I did a good job. So it's just trying to keep that up.
Total Packers with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by Network Health, by your Wisconsin Toyota dealers, and by Software One, redefining how companies build, buy, and manage everything in the cloud. Welcome back to Total Packers with Matt LaFleur. Top Performers is brought to you by Spectrum.
Welcome back. Time for top performers. And Matt, I thought we'd go over several positions where you were looking for a new starter coming into training camp. And for example, right tackle, and it looks like Zach Tom has taken that job and run with it.
Yeah, Zach's been very consistent for us. He's done a great job against some really elite rushers in this league, and we need him to continue to build upon his early season performance. And what's been remarkable is his ability to fight through some nagging injuries as well and still be able to go out there and perform at a high level.
You gave a whole bunch of folks a look at the starting safety spot opposite Darnell Savage. Rudy Ford ends up winning it, and the last couple games, I think the stats say he has an interception in both of them.
Yeah, and it's not only that. He obviously taking the ball is paramount, and he's done a great job with those 2 picks. But his physical style has really added an element to our defense. Everybody expects it from your D-line, your outside backers, your inside backers, that physical style. They don't always expect it from your defensive backfield, and he brings that physical presence to our defense.
Also decided to make a change at kicker, and I really get a kick out of this young fella. Anders Carlson, I mean, he's replacing a legend, but he comes in and he's 7 of 7 on field goals, long of 52, 10 of 10 on extra points, and if my math is correct, he has yet to miss a kick. Knock on wood.
Yeah, don't jinx him, Larry. He's done a great job, and he's got a big-time leg, and he's playing like a seasoned vet, and we need him to continue to do that and make those big-time kicks.
Thank you, Matt. Coming up, the last word from the coach. Don't go away.
The Packers and Bell & Health are featuring an exclusive hat for Packers versus Cancer. Join the fight today and help the Vince Lombardi Cancer Foundation. Visit PackersProShop.com. The Last Word with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by Construction Business Group and Wisconsin Operating Engineers.
Welcome back. Time for the last word from the coach. And Matt, you come out of the bye with a road game in Denver. And when I think of the Broncos, I think of 2 names, Russell Wilson and Sean Payton. How about you?
Yeah, it's hard not to think of those 2 guys first. Obviously, Coach Payton's been coaching a long time, has had a lot of success, been a Super Bowl winner, and then same with Russ. You know, he won those Super Bowl in Seattle, and so they're big-time names, and we're going to have to make sure that we do a great job in our preparation and go out there and play our best ball.
Matt, I got to tell you, back in my day, in the visitors' locker room, they used to have the elevation 5,000 or whatever it is painted on the visitors' locker room wall, just to kind of get in your head a little bit. Are you going to do anything special to get ready for the elevation?
What'd you guys do, Larry?
Not a damn thing.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that is real, and we'll have the oxygen for our guys because it is a little bit harder on your lungs, on your body, but I think it's a mindset thing, and our guys got to attack it with the right mindset.
Thank you, Matt. Good luck against the Broncos, and thank you for watching. Until next time, take care.